Hi everyone! Was your journey to school fast today? I've had bad luck with public transport this whole week. Everything started on Tuesday when I decided to go to the Natural History Museum after classes. Usually, it takes me about 15 minutes to get to the museum district by underground. So, I went to the ticket barrier and realized that I left my Oyster card at home. In case you don't know, Oyster is a special card which you top up in the underground, and then your tickets are twice cheaper. Anyway, I had to buy a round-trip ticket. It's almost £5. Can you imagine that? As soon as I got to the platform, I heard the announcement. South Kensington, the station you get off for the Natural History Museum, was closed due to construction work. Moreover, there were severe delays on the line because of those works. If I had stayed in the underground, I would have had to wait for ages for the next train. So I decided to catch a bus. Buses in London are very punctual. It's a bit longer walk from the bus stop to the museum, but I don't mind walking, you know. Every bus stop has a timetable, so you know when the next bus is due to arrive. Even if it's a rush hour, you can be sure that the bus will come on time. I think that's because they have separate lanes, so they never get stuck in traffic jams. On weekdays, buses usually run every 10 minutes, so it's not a long wait. However, because a lot of people were taking a bus instead of underground, I had to miss 2 buses. Unbelievable! British people are very polite, so we always queue for the bus and also let elderly people go first. No wonder the buses filled up very quickly and there was no room for me. Eventually, I got on the third bus. Without Oyster card, bus fares are also more expensive. Anyway, I was ready to enjoy the view of London from my window seat, when after a couple of minutes the bus stopped. It turned out there was an accident which had blocked the road. It always surprises me that so many accidents happen in London. We've got speed cameras everywhere around the city. If these cameras record you breaking the speed limit, you'll have to pay an enormous fine. I'll tell you more. They can even take away your driving license. But people still drive dangerously and break the rules. Does it happen in your country as well? Anyway, I was so fed up with London public transport that I asked the bus driver to let me out where we were. Luckily, we have Boris bikes in London. I know the name sounds silly, but it's actually an awesome idea. Everywhere around the city, you can find special bike parking spaces where you can hire a bike and leave it on a similar parking lot at your destination. It's very convenient and cheap, by the way. So 2 hours later, I got to the museum by bike just to find out it was about to close. Thursday was no better. I had a ticket for a play at the Haymarket Theatre. The play started late in the evening, so I decided to take a taxi. We drove about 10 minutes when the car ran out of petrol, and we had to find a petrol station. As a result, we left the route I knew, and after some time I understood that we had got lost. I suggested the driver turn on his GPS. He told me his GPS had broken down, but we could always ask passers-by the way. But of course nobody knew the way. Some pointed to the left, others to the right, Some people even said that we had to continue driving straight along the road. It was a simple waste of time. Finally, I asked the driver to stop and let me out. It's not common here to negotiate the price for a taxi, so I had to pay the full amount, even though he didn't take me to my destination. Guess what saved me for the second time this week? Right, Boris Bikes. Thank God I got to the theater on time. What about you? How do you usually get around your city? What is special about public transport in your country?